Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Sunday, October 13th, 2024. My newest segment of Markets, A Look Ahead. People, we have to catch up. We got to get up to speed. Last week with Milton, devastating Florida, it was difficult for me to get videos out. In fact, I couldn't get any out. I did one. But this one here, we got to really do some work. So let's just hunker down for a moment and let's do that. So this Friday, imagine our shock. Another record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Another record high for the S&P 500. Despite, everything that's getting thrown at this market. War, an economy here in the United States and around the world that is in free fall. Well, market keeps going up. This is exactly what you and I expected it to do. And we are not done. What do we got going on here, people? Let's start off with this. So we got these inflation numbers, and they're trying to convince us that things aren't really so bad here. Now, this is Yahoo Finance. This is Friday. Read this. Consumer price increases in September come in slightly hotter than estimate. Let's see what went on here. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, increased 2.4% over the prior year. Whoa, you mean inflation is rising? Anyway, let's move on here. This came in hotter than expectations. Okay, on a core basis, which strips out the more volatile cost of food and gas, increases in September climbed 0.3% over the prior month. Stronger also than expected, coming in 3.3% higher than last year. Anyway, look, man, they're going to try to convince you of things that you can't even believe. Now, let's talk about that. How about this one here? The Federal Reserve may have pretty much hit its 2% inflation target. So what is this supposed to be good news? First of all, it's just propaganda. I just told you where we're really at, according to what they're allowing us to know. Now, what does this mean? As you hopefully do know, it means that now that the Fed is supposedly close to their target here, that means that next year you can expect the dollar to lose 2% more of its purchasing power, and the next year another 2%. The year after that another 2%. It's a mechanism here to suck us dry. Imagine that, a constant state of inflation. Now, why is this a good thing? You tell me. It doesn't appear too good to me. Now, let's move forward a little bit. So you and I, at the end of last year, another theme that we covered right here was we were going to see mass layoffs. Well, here we go again. Boeing is laying off 17,000 workers. Now, just keep that in mind real quick. This is an article here. I just want to cover with you just a little bit with regard to mass layoffs. You see, our economy, is so strong, because that's what we were told, right? That we're seeing mass layoffs in 2024. That's how strong we are. Make it up. So anyway, let's just do this here. 2024 mass layoffs. Despite there are pockets of strength in the U.S. economy. There are no pockets of strength. We are being wiped out. We are being destroyed. And if you think for a nanosecond that this is going to get any better, well, you better think again. We're going to talk again, as I said. So despite pockets of strength, which there is none, the U.S. economy remains on shaky ground. Yeah, that sounds about right. Further complicated by turbulence and an upcoming presidential selection, they wrote election, recession fears fueled by government concerns and geopolitical tensions in Ukraine and the Middle East and lingering effects of the scamdemic, they wrote pandemic, have prompted companies to tighten their belts. Well, let's see. We called this before a lot of this stuff even happened. We're not done. The fallout from these layoffs is deeply personal and far-reaching. Behind every statistic is a person, a friend, or a colleague who may have had a family to support, college tuition to pay, bills to cover, and these are often highly skilled professionals who are losing their jobs. It's not just the low-paying jobs here we're talking about here. Who now face an uncertain future. These waves of layoffs are reminiscent of the dot-com bust of the 2000s. You know what else is reminiscent of the dot-com bubble bursting this market here? We have not seen, people think about what I'm going to say. We have not seen the stock market rise this fast since the dot-com bubble. Look, this whole illusion is going to get extremely real. Now, hold that thought because we're going to cover some more stuff. So, I have to laugh at this. And you guys and girls should be laughing too. So this is Market Watch. Why raising more cash is a smart portfolio move, even with stocks at record highs. Anyone, wherever you are on this freaking freak show of a planet that has been taken over by central banks, the most dumb thing you could possibly do, and maybe even then some, is to stay in a central bank issued note. They're being destroyed. They're being wiped out by their issuing central bank. It's a race to the bottom. So when you see a headline like this, just laugh, because it's a joke, and they think you're stupid, and I know you're not stupid. So come on. Now let us move forward again. How about this one? France credit rating cut to negative outlook by Fitch on fiscal deficits. Well, you already know, at least I hope you do, that the United States credit rating was cut not once, but twice so far just recently. Oh, yes. But that's how great we're doing. The world economy, we are booming. We couldn't be better off. You know that. Imagine, really, people were being my European friends. I've been telling you how long my heart goes out to you, and I understand the situation over there, and I know it's way worse than here. But with the people here, the sheep that live in whatever this is yet to be defined. This is not the United States of America. This is some kind of a corporate state controlled by the government, and the government just happens to be the Federal freaking Reserve. Okay, duh. Now look, people, let's move forward. We have been witnessing a phenomenon in this debt market. A pretty interesting sell-off is going on here, and it's being reflected again in the MMRI. Now, a lot of you are writing to me about this. I love the fact that you're following the debt market. Many of you are. Or better yet, where I sum this all up, this is the US dollar getting destroyed. This is also reflective of what's happening here in the debt market. But look at this downtrend. Okay, this downtrend remains. What you're seeing here, people, again, not just squiggly lines. You're able to see in real time what the Fed is doing with regard to the dollar destruction and obviously what's happening here in the debt market. Now look what's going on here. I've covered this recently. This was the trend down. We still are in a downtrend. We broke down. Now the sell-off here in the debt market has caused this to jump. Okay, but still, we're in this range right now. This is what we want, where I believe we're going to stay in this downward trend. Now, this tells us a couple of things. It tells us that, well, first of all, we've already been promised by the Fed, told by the Fed what they're going to do for the rest of this year into next year. You know what I'm going to say, at least I hope you do. The Fed has promised to keep rates suppressed. The Federal Reserve has promised to obviously weaken the dollar for as far as the eye can see, the rest of this year and all of next year. And then, of course, we have promises from Kamala and Trump to sell you the Fed's plan. That's what they're doing. They're selling you the Fed's plan. Lower rates, which we clearly don't need, obviously, which means a weaker currency, but they think you're too stupid. Both of them think you're imbeciles of the highest possible order. I know you're not. So again, the trend remains lower. What this tells us is, again, look at the stock market. You think we're done? I know there's all these calls from this guy and this girl and blah, 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 blah. It's all garbage. Here we are halfway through the month and the market just hit a record high yet again. It's going higher. You and I, we called this way before it happened. You got to be really dumb to not see what's happening here and then trying to scare people with market crash calls, which are not happening. It can't happen in this environment. Moreover, we're in an election selection cycle here. The Fed's going to prop it up. They're going to buy it all right up until the selection. And then after that, all bets are off, people. All bets are freaking off. You know that. Anyway, so this means we're buying the market on every dip that comes along. This also means commodities are on sale. This trend tells us that commodities are on sale big time, including cryptocurrencies, which are not commodities, but I'm telling you right here, as long as this goes on, we're buying dips in crypto as well. We're buying dips across the board. Gold, silver, more specifically silver, silver, platinum, palladium, crude, commodities, all of it. And then we're buying the stock market too. Now, I want to cover one more thing with all of you so we can, again, really push this home. If you do, and if you don't, there's something wrong with you. Subscribe to my newsletter. It's free. You get all kinds of perks, all right? Link in the description of this video. This is in your inbox. You're going to find this in the Trends Journal next week and other publications that will also be covering this. But you guys and girls who follow this blog, you guys and girls who subscribe to my newsletter, link below, you guys and girls get it first, because I promised you from I don't know how freaking long ago that I'm going to keep all of you ahead of the curve, never let you down. Well, you could count on that. So again, this is in your inbox right now. Now, I want to cover this as I usually do. A lot of this is going to be review, but there are a few things in here we need to detail a little more. So again, markets. Guess what, people? There is no market. There is no market. Let's talk about it. So, and I wrote, incredible. Truly, this is. The gap between any resemblance of reality and the markets is gone. People, it is absolutely gone. We are in la, la, la land. La, la land. Here is the new reality. Are you ready for it? There is no market. For there to be a market, I want you to think about what I'm saying. What is a market anyway? For there to be a market, there must be a price discovery mechanism behind it. Sound familiar? I've only been telling you this since time immemorial. So let's define what price discovery is. Let's have some fun. Price discovery is the process by which buyers and sellers agree on the current value of an asset. Sounds about right? Okay. Therefore, price discovery is essential to the core functioning of the marketplace. Are we still on the same page? Without a real price discovery mechanism, people, there is no market. And we do not have a price discovery mechanism whatsoever. We have a freak show. Let us move forward. The marketplace has only one job or one purpose, and you all know what this is, and that is to maintain and determine fair value across the entire spectrum of asset classes, not just the stock market, people, but we're talking about real estate, we're talking about commodities, and even cryptocurrencies to a certain degree. Hold that thought. So, fair value. Think about what I'm going to say. Consider this for a moment. Ask yourself, you're all smart out here. What is the main driver, you already know if you follow this blog, of price action for assets? Well, some would say that it's the interaction between supply and demand. Well, this is what they're going to tell you in, Economics 101, which drive the price action of assets. Others, who are maybe a little more advanced, are going to say that it's fundamental factors like earnings and profitability. Well, none of that matters either anymore anyway. Then there are other considerations like technical factors and, of course, macro trends, blah, 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 a whole bunch of stuff. Well, this is what I say. Here's a dose of reality for you. Take everything that I just listed above and throw it out the window. Just throw it away. I'm having fun. Today's marketplace or market is now completely devoid of any real price discovery. It is 100% dependent on the constant flow. Are you ready? Of epic sums of more easy money being mainlined like a drug directly into it via the mechanism of artificially suppressed rates and massive currency devaluation. That's what you've got to get out of any freaking central bank issued note. Only keep what you need to in your institution. Hopefully it's a credit union. You're getting out of these banks, because I'm telling you, the banking system, which is insolvent, which operates in a perpetual vacuum and a black hole. A lot of these institutions are going down, including at least one major Wall Street institution, and you know which one I'm talking about if you follow this blog. It's Bank of America, which is in deep shape. Anyway, let us move forward here, people. This mechanism has and is, are you ready, responsible for creating an illusion, or what may be more accurate, a specter of what is yet to come. Are we still on the same page? Bingo. I knew we would be. People, listen to this, all right? Because this really is pertinent to what we're seeing. Artificially suppressed rates and currency creation, or new money, must be created in enormous and ever-increasing amounts for the Fed to buy / monetize the debt. Now, here's a little secret for you. Maybe you don't know this, maybe you do, I don't know. The Fed monetizing the debt allows the government to fund itself. Really? Yes, it's the truth. But you're not supposed to know that. Moreover, this mechanism creates a vast debt hyper expansion. Really? Oh, absolutely it does. And that's where we're getting it. France just got their credit rating downgraded. The United States just had two. I think one in 2023 and the other one, I forget what it was, a few years before that. You can look this stuff up. Anyway, let's move forward. And therefore, this vast hyper-debt expansion makes the Federal Reserve stronger. So again, understand what the Fed is doing right now by giving itself permission to buy it all. By artificially suppressing rates, they have to create the cash to do it. And then you got Kamala and Trump saying, we promise you lower rates, you freaking imbeciles. And that means a weaker currency. But you guys are too dumb to know that. But we're going to sell you the Fed's plan because that's who we work for. Yeah, they're in some back room getting it on, I guarantee you that. All right, anyway, where were we? Vast debt hyper-expansion makes the Fed stronger. But with that, it is now, of course, you already know this, it is now the debt market which has become the main driver of price action of assets across the board. That's why we're watching the MMRI. Are you still with me? I hope you are. Moreover, and directly as a result, every asset class outside of the debt market now becomes a derivative, meaning everything outside the debt market is deriving value from debt market action. Duh. Especially stock market and real estate prices is an incredible thing to see. The result here is and are the most monstrous stock and real estate bubbles. Are you ready for that? In history. Really? Imagine our shock. And here, people, here is where it gets even worse. I'm laughing. I'm laughing because, you see, there are some, and I'm including both presidential selectees, who think you are a mental midget of the highest order. That's why they're selling you the Fed's plan right under your freaking nose. Oh, really? You mean it's hidden in plain sight? Duh. The same drivers of the stock market which are responsible for pushing it higher are the same drivers which are destroying the economy and will continue to do so moving forward. Artificially suppressed rates equal bing, 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 positive for the stock market and bing, 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 negative for the economy. Weaker currency as a direct result of artificially suppressed rates, bing, 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 positive for the stock market and bang, 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 negative for the economy. And I wrote economy. It's a con job. And two con artists are selling you the Fed's plan and telling you that they got your back and they're going to protect you and one's going to make America great again. Really? And the other one's going to, what is it, build back better? I told you, I didn't even know what that's, they're all catchphrases and they mean nothing. But they got the imbeciles wearing their red hats and whatever the other creature Kamala is making you do. I have no idea, man. You can't believe this. So instead of having a market, people, we have a gross distortion of reality on any and every level. Now, as investors and traders, lions, we will continue to focus on market drivers, artificially suppressed rates and currency devaluation via easy money, and therefore capitalize the expected price action distortions across the board. Again, going back to this trend is telling us commodities, bing, 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 are on sale. And relative to global debt, which is out of control, and nations getting downgraded, and again, we're going to face a credit freeze, a lockup of the system. That's what they're going to do. That's the mechanism where they're going to bring us to our knees and have us beg for a new system. We're not begging for nothing. You understand? We already know their plan. We know what's happening. They're moving us to a completely digital tokenized system. Henceforth, why Trump with his making the United States of America the crypto capital of the world, not the constitutional money capital of the world. And the other one, she has no plan at all, other than to work with the Fed and bring us to our destruction. They're both doing it. You understand what I'm talking about here? If you think that in any way, shape, or form that's not what's happening here, you need to either check yourself into your nearest psych ER and have your brain examined, or I have no idea, move to some kind of a colony where the brain dead survive, or at least try to. Because we're being wiped out, people. And if we don't take action against this, we're dead. You understand that? They want us dead. You think they don't want us dead? They want us dead. It's about control. And control means they have to vastly reduce the population of this world. And that's exactly what they're going to do via war mechanisms, via scamdemics, disease process, warp speed vaccines, whatever they got to do to make you dead. You understand? I hope we're on the same page with all this. Now, again, from a financial standpoint, people, we don't have to change anything, and that's the beauty of what you and I are doing here. We are on target. We are dead on target. Again, everything we covered here is what we're going to continue to do, and that makes us winners across the board. We got each other's backs. That makes us winners. We believe in the Almighty God. That makes us winners more so than you could possibly imagine. Anyway, with that said, people, look, man, we're invincible for all the things that I just spoke about here. And we're going to get more invincible moving forward as this thing just manifests itself right before our eyeballs. You understand? We're being taken down. The world is, again, a slave planet to central banks who have, right in our faces, managed to get puppets to sell you their plan. And that's what's happening right here in the United States and around the world. Here in the United States, unfortunately, I think things are a little bit different. Why? Because, again, right now, we still have the world reserve currency. That's going to change, meaning your life, your way of life, your standard of living, which is evaporating before your eyes, is going to get monumentally worse. But we have an opportunity here, okay? Again, look, we have no one here that's going to end the Fed. Okay, the Fed is in full control. The Fed has puppetized our politicians across the board. Of course, those two running for their selective position here to sit behind the resolute desk to assure your destruction, period. We got each other. That's what we got. And that's what we actually need. You understand? At least I hope so. Around the world, look, man, we got lions and lionesses everywhere around this globe. Right here. And this channel is getting bigger and bigger thanks to all of you. And that's where you come in again. Share this stuff. Get it out there. Comment. Those thumbs up, super important here, as well as the comments. And put anything you want. Hey, Greg, I hate your hairstyle. Greg, I hate your beard. I love your beard. I love your hairstyle, Greg. I don't like your shirt. I don't care what you say. You say something. Even for the naysayers, good. Let them say something. It helps the algorithms. I want this stuff out there, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get it out there. Because we are making a positive difference in this world. I don't know another way to put it, man. We are getting through to more and more people every freaking day. Period. And that's all I want. To make a positive difference in this world like you. All right? We're on the same page, you and I, right? All right, people, look, we're going to end this here. I hope you got something out of this. I want to hear from you on all these things that we just spoke about. Again, people, just do yourselves a favor. Ignore the crash callers for this. Ignore the crash callers up until the selection, of course. Then after that, all bets are off. You and I are going to reevaluate. Of course, stay ahead of the curve. We're already ready for it. Do you realize that? If, in fact, this market crashes tomorrow, which it's not going to do, we're already hedged, man. We're in anti-debt units. We're in units of wealth, commodities, of course, the board. Let the market come down. Do we really give a damn? I don't. We're in a great spot, all of us across the board. And we already, look, man, this is going to give us a clue. When we see an uncontrolled spike, that's when we know we run. We pull our profits out of this market, and we're out of there. Okay, you understand? And then we just wait. What's going to end up happening here eventually? You have to get a bigger picture. When the market eventually does crash, again, it's not going to be the market. This is all going to happen in the debt market, which is the driver of the markets and everything else. As I wrote in that paper, and I've told you all, the markets, everything outside of the debt market, everything essentially becomes a derivative because it derives value from the debt market. The debt market meltdown is going to be, again, this is a house of cards built over a pool of nitromethane fuel, the kind of stuff they run top fuel dragsters on. Way more powerful than gasoline is. But that's where we sit. And this is going to go up like in an inferno, like you can't possibly. If you follow this blog, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Pandemonium in the streets, a locking up of the system, a credit freeze, digits on your screen which you believe are really there with regard to cash you have in the bank and other institutions that doesn't even exist. It's these digits, these ones and zeros, where they are. They're not on the elemental chart. They do not exist. You understand? It's an illusion, like this whole thing here. And this illusion is going to change. It's going to get incredibly real. They're going to bring the world to its knees, central banks collectively, who are the government of the world, the one world government of the world, and with little puppets selling you their plan, little toys. They think that's what you need. You need this puppet over here and this puppet over here to manipulate your mind. And it seems to be working for quite a few people here. Again, they don't matter at all. Zero. You could put a farm animal behind the Resolute desk. It would make zero difference. They don't make the rules. The world is not run by kings, queens, dictators, monarchs, presidents, whatever. If you still believe that, then you're locked in a paradigm that does not exist in any way, shape, or form anymore. But again, understanding all this stuff gives us incredible power, incredible strength. You understand? And that's why we are lions, because we're able to see through it all. You understand? I am looking more like a lion every freaking day. I don't think I'm cutting my hair. I'm just going to let it grow wild. Like a lion's mane. People, look, man. I got you. I got you. You know I got you. You know I will never, ever, 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 ever let you down. It's not happening. You're never going to lose on my watch. I'm never going to lose on my own watch. That means you're not going to lose either, people. And we got each other. And it's a beautiful place to be, if you think about it. This thing we've created together all these years. And we welcome more lions here, man. I want more lions here, more lionesses here as well. And if you don't want to be part of this pride, stay the freak out of our way, man. You know what I'm talking about. Love you all from the heart with all I got. I do want to hear from you on this one. Are we on the same page? Are you with me? That's all I want to know. You know what? This gives you an opportunity here to comment, even one word. Are you with me? See you in the morning, people. Until we meet again in the morning, of course. Take care of yourselves and each other.